When we first started building it, we just, obviously just started building it. I think it lasted about 3 weeks before the city knew about it. And the only reason why the city knew about it is because we decided to go to a city council meeting up the street in Mission Hills, bring it to their attention that we were doing something, because we figured eventually they'd catch on and just close it down. And if we tried to get a community behind us, maybe it would end up going somewhere.
How big was it at that time?
The actual facility, like what we skated, there was just a pyramid. There was like the pyramid, which obviously wasn't that pyramid, it was smaller, with a flat bar and a ledge. Maybe like 1 or 2 little quarter pipes next to it. The old flat bar was an old aluminum flat bar, and it used to be at the Santee skate park. There's like a big deck there, and it used to be on the deck. And we went out there one day and some kids had kicked it out of the ground. So we just were like, oh, we'll take this bar, we'll do something with it. And that's pretty much how this whole place started, because of that flat bar. No, they immediately shut it down. They came down here and they're just like, oh, we're gonna tear it down. This is no way, you can't do this. Because when we went to the city council meeting, we never specified that we were building out of concrete. We just kind of were up there like, yeah, we built some stuff under the bridge down the street, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we saw it, whatever. No one was really tripping out. And then they came down and looked at it and saw it was concrete, and I think everyone thinks concrete is permanent, so it kind of scared them. So they came down and shut it down, and their initial reaction was just tear it down, it's over with. Well, pretty much a couple people called the news, rallied the news behind us, and turned it into the like, oh, their kids are trying to do something good. And so back then the law just got passed so that we could have skate parks again, which made skateboarding a hazardous sport. So OB just got approved, and that was starting to get built. And so with that helped a little bit, and then we just kind of put them on the spot. We're like, well, what are you going to build down here? What could you ever do with this? And they can't ever do anything with it. So, they assigned us a task force with the city, and it took us like 3.5 years of working with them before we could start building again. No, they put Jersey barriers around what we built. My kids would come in and try to skate around inside or whatever, but yeah, I never really came back down here. I'd look at it every now and again, but it just sat. When we started, it was in April of '99. This whole place was basically paid out of our pockets. I mean, a lot of money came from donations from skateboard companies, and then we were in a matching funds program with the city. So say like one time DC gave us $2,000 and we turned it into the city, and they gave us back $4,000. So that helped out a lot. And mostly it was just like whoever showed up would be like, hey, you want to kick down $20 for concrete, or whatever you can do, buy rebar. If they wanted to go, they didn't trust us, they wanted to go buy it and bring it back, that was fine too, it's just, but a lot of it was skateboard companies like DC Shoes hooked up a lot of money, Zero and Foundation, they were giving us money before it was even legal. So in my eyes, those guys are, like true skateboard companies, because they gave us like $4,000, like with not even, there wasn't even paperwork for the place yet, like it was still nothing. There's a lot of other companies too. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but here and there. Yeah, we would kind of like frame something up, get all the forms set, get the dirt ready, and just like section by section. Yeah, where the pyramid is. From there, then we built, you can kind of tell by how crappy things are built, how they got better. Like that quarter pipe with the parking blocks, that was the first thing we built. Then it kind of worked itself around over here and it stopped. And then, oh man, it's hard to remember, that was so long ago now. But I think it just kind of snaked around like this. And we kind of worked our way out, because we used to just bring trucks in. So this wall was one of the last walls, that wall and this wall back here. We used to just back the trucks in and dump the concrete out and go. Nah, it was all asphalt. The whole place was asphalt, and then there was just this one big rough strip right here. And that's it. We tore out all the asphalt. We did, yeah, everything here, all the walls. It used to just be just a dirt lot, basically. Yeah, well, the thing with that is, as far as the insurance goes, like if you go to Ocean Beach and they have someone at the gate and you're wearing your pads and you break your leg, like little Timmy's mom can still yell and say, hey, your guy wasn't doing his job, my kid broke his leg, so, I can sue you. But down here, there's no one, it's like a basketball court. If you show up and you're playing basketball and you sprain your ankle, you're not gonna sue the city, you screwed up and you sprained your ankle. Same thing down here, you know, it's like if you get hurt, you weren't skating responsibly for yourself. And if you're a kid and you're under 18, that's up to your parents to make you wear a helmet, you know. If you're over 18, that's your personal choice. So, I mean, obviously if we see like some little kid come in here, he's like 3 years old or 4 years old and has no helmet on or nothing and looks like he has no business skating in here, we're gonna be like, tell his mom or dad, you know, hey, you should probably take your kid to OB and pat him up and teach him to skate. But I mean, yes, so that with the insurance, they can't sue because, you know, you're not gonna sue yourself. They can't get any money out of us anyways because it's a nonprofit organization. The law is in place that protects us. So really there's no reason why they're not just building public skate parks and opening them up to people. Like whatever they tell you is nonsense, it's ridiculous. There's no height requirements in California. They'll tell you you can't build anything over 5 feet. And it's ridiculous. All it comes down to is money. People don't want to pay that extra money to build something right or build something good. Yeah, it sucks because it's like, how are you going to charge? They build a skate park in Memorial in the heart of the ghetto in the barrio, you know, and it's like, you know, half the people down there are illegal aliens. I have no problem with that. I think it's great. You know, everyone's trying to do their thing, but it's like, how do you expect these mothers to come bring their kids, show paperwork, pay money in the middle of the ghetto so the kids can do something constructive rather than getting involved in, you know, nonsense? Like, you're not giving them a choice. You're like putting this big thing in front of them and going, hey, look at this. You can't really come in here, but it's here. You know, it's like, here, we're farther away from that, but man, the kids can just jump on the trolley if they can get to that and come in and skate for free all day and do their thing, you know, and no one messes with them. You know, we might have to talk to them a little bit if they're like drawing on something, or, you know, teach them respect, teach them why this place is here and why they get to skate it. It's because a lot of people, you know, this is 5 years to build this place. Most skate parks take, you know, like 2 months. So it's being that it's all donations and it's all, you know, everything here, and no one got paid ever. I mean, it's at the same time though, you got to remember, skateboarders, we're just different. Like, we're a different breed, you know. Like, there's not, you don't see renegade basketball courts, or like, you know, the football players aren't out there mowing their football fields. It's just skateboarders, you know. I mean, we'll go bail out a pool, or, you know, maybe it's not right. They'll straight go cut a kink off a handrail and skate the damn thing. Like, skateboarders are just, they just have that barge mentality of, you know, they know they're the underdog, they're just gonna get stuff done. So that's like this, Burnside, FDR, like all these places, you know, that's just the way it is. Yeah, I mean, I think growing up, being into like punk rock music and like always being into the scene and like people having their own shows and their own flyers and just like being around skateboarding, I think all that stuff just ties into each other, you know. It's like, it's just the way it goes. But I just moved back from, I was in Portland for a while building skate parks, and I just moved back like at the beginning of the year. But while I was gone, I got a call from Sperm over here, and he said, he's like, yo man, there's a naked guy running around the street across the street from the park. It's like, really? He's like, yeah, the cops were trying to get him. They were scared of him because he was naked. So there's this guy who comes around here all the time. He collects cans. You'll probably see him. He kind of wears short shorts, and he's a homeless dude, and he never has a shirt on. I don't know if he was drunk or what, but he just decided one day he was running around in the bus area right there in the middle, just naked, dancing around. And Sperm filmed the whole thing. Insane, man. Everyone, all the guys were here. It was like a big Saturday. Everyone was hanging out, and they were yelling at him. That was pretty crazy. I missed it, but I saw the video of it. Skating wise, I don't know. Anytime Hewitt's here, obviously, like that's always funny. Just like, yeah, I don't know. Some of the old guys, like even when like dudes like Tony Hawk show up, you're like, he's not gonna be able to skate here. Blah, blah, blah. He killed it. Chris Miller, all those guys. Like it's cool to see all those guys. It's cool to meet people who come from like Japan and all the people who come from around the world just to skate here. That's pretty, it's pretty entertaining.